You've been told your money problems are a discipline problem. Budget harder, spend less, make better choices. But what if the issue isn't your behavior? What if it's the frequency your nervous system has been running on since before you had a say in it? There's a reason some people earn more money and still feel broke. Why a raise doesn't fix the anxiety. Why the emergency fund gets raided every time it finally grows. Why every time financial stability gets close, something in you finds a way to level it back down. That is not a budgeting failure. That is a baseline. And the baseline was set long before your first paycheck. Hey, it's Visionati from Live Your Vision. Ancient traditions identified what they call the root energy center, the energetic foundation of the human system. It's one job to answer the body's first question: am I safe here? Not, am I wealthy? Not, am I successful? Am I safe? When that question has been answered with scarcity long enough, through instability in childhood, through watching the adults around you live in financial fear, through environments where money meant tension, not security, the nervous system stops asking the question. It just assumes the answer is no. And it runs every financial decision through that assumption. This is why willpower alone cannot fix a scarcity mindset. You cannot discipline your way out of a frequency your body learned as survival. Scarcity thinking is not a character flaw. It is a root system wired for a world that no longer exists, still running its original programming. The overhead of survival mode is paid daily in anxiety, in impulse spending that temporarily quiets the alarm, in the inability to hold wealth because holding it feels unfamiliar, and the unfamiliar registers as unsafe. Your body's not sabotaging you, it is protecting the version of you that needed that protection. That version deserves compassion before correction, understanding before shame. But that version also cannot build what you're trying to build now. Real financial sovereignty does not begin with a budget spreadsheet. It begins with a question. What does safety feel like in my body? And have I ever actually let myself feel it? Until the root is grounded, every strategy sits on a foundation still waiting for the ground to shake. You cannot build wealth on a nervous system running survival math. You build it on one that knows at the frequency level that it is allowed to receive, hold, and grow. Let's audit the ABCs of your foundation. A is for awareness. Most financial audits look at the numbers. This one looks at the nervous system first. What does your body do when money comes in? Does it relax or does it immediately scan for what could go wrong? That response is data, not a flaw, data. B is for boundaries. Scarcity is contagious in close quarters. The financial anxiety you absorbed growing up was not yours to carry, but has been living in your ledger ever since. Boundaries here means deciding which inherited frequencies you are no longer willing to compound. C is for community. Who you talk to about money matters. Not because you need permission, because frequency is environmental. The people in your circle either normalize abundance or normalize lack. Both are contagious. Audit the room. D is for discipline. This is not about forcing yourself to behave differently under the same programming. It is the daily practice of teaching the nervous system that the ground is solid. Small, consistent deposits, financial and emotional, build a new baseline. The root learns safety through repetition, not revelation. E is for evolution. A grounded nervous system is not the absence of financial challenge. It is a system that can face the challenge without running survival math on everything. That is the yield of this work. Not just wealth, freedom from the frequency that made wealth impossible. I am learning to feel safe in financial stability. My scarcity patterns were inherited, not permanent. I release the baseline that no longer serves my build. I'm allowed to receive. I'm allowed to hold. I'm allowed to grow. I'm not behind. I am recalibrating. My foundation is being rebuilt from the root. Love is building wealth from the ground up, starting at the root. Love is about you, but it's for us. Your heart is the map. Your emotions are the compass. Find your love. What financial pattern keeps showing up in your life, no matter how much the numbers change? Drop it below.